pediatric endocrinologists and many prominent bioethicists to debate and discuss this issue. That is, anticipating that these clinical trials might succeed and they might show that you could make normal children taller, that is, non-growth hormone deficient children taller. The pediatric endocrine community was almost universally lined up against this proposition. It was quite bizarre. That is, the same people who were conducting the trials, at that time Turner syndrome, children who were short for reasons that have nothing to do with growth hormone. The very same people who were giving growth hormone in pharmacologic amounts to children with Turner syndrome to see if they could make them taller for the best of reasons, said at the same time it would be wrong to give steroids to a child with genetic short stature, that is, who did not have Turner syndrome, but who was simply short for genetic reasons. Now, why it would be, first of all, it was incoherent to Dr. Allen and me as to why it would be wrong to give it to Turner's. We didn't think there was anything wrong with trying to make Turner's girls taller. Turner's girls have, among their other problems, have the same problem that other short children and short adults have, is, namely, they're short. And to be short is to be stigmatized and to be handicapped in America in all sorts of ways, economically, socially, psychologically. And it seemed to all of us a fine idea to try to get a group of people whose average adult height was 4'8" up into the 5', 5'2" range. We saw nothing wrong with that. But if there's nothing, that is, the fact whether or not they were growth hormone deficient was irrelevant. What was relevant was that they were small and wanted to be taller and deserved to be taller, we thought. Were entitled to be taller. But if that's the case for Turner's, it should also be the case for everybody who's short, who's going to wind up more than 2 or 3 standard deviations outside the normal range, who's not going to get into that normal opportunity range of height that is not stigmatizing. And yet, mysteriously, the same endocrinologists who were conducting the Turner trials said, but of course we would never give it to anybody with genetic short stature. Well, I don't know if I'm happy or sad to report, but it's simply the fact that today growth hormone is being given to children with 26 different conditions, none of which have anything to do with growth hormone deficiency, that is, and some of which have nothing even to do with height. Growth hormone is now being studied and given to children for reasons of improving lean body mass, Prader-Willi syndrome, Down syndrome, spina bifida, for the excellent reason that it will make them stronger and make their lives more functional. And these all seem appropriate things for doctors to do. I'm not against, nor is Dr. Allen, any of these trials for such uses of growth hormone. My point is that the desire to make a distinction between treatment and enhancement, the claim that children with growth hormone deficient had a disease and were therefore entitled to treatment, whereas children who were genetically short, idiopathic short stature, did not have a disease and were therefore were not entitled to treatment, did not withstand scrutiny and has not withstood scrutiny. And today I can report that I think nearly all pediatric endocrinologists accept that view, that the relevant question is not whether you have a disease or not.